What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to today's episode of The Casual Nerd. You have to let me know how the lighting is in these videos because I'm trying to finagle it around and see what I can do with it, because I have a light that is actually behind the ring light, and you have the ring light, and you have the camera, so I don't know if it's like too overly lighty, if that makes sense. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you all enjoyed the last episode of Resident Evil 3 Remake. I gotta tell you, it was a doozy, that game. It was absolutely wonderful. It was absolutely just one of those things that I didn't expect. Like, it was one of those roller coasters that you're just like, oh, we're going up. No, oh, okay, we're going back down. Oh, now we're going up. No, wait, what, we're going back down again? But that's not what today's episode is about. Today's Casual Nerd episode, we're going to be reviewing a trailer. We're going to be going into a lot of good things. But before we get into any of that news, I have an announcement to make. Paul Haddad, the original voice actor for Leon in Resident Evil 2, has passed away. I'm kind of shook by this because, you know, when I was a kid, I remember playing Resident Evil 2, and, you know, albeit I played at it, you know, I played bits and pieces and ended up eventually finishing the game, and the voice just, it's one of those things of where, like, you never really forget a voice like Paul's, and that's the thing of where, like, everybody in the community who has known the games knows Paul Haddad's voice.
Hello.
Hello.
You survived the Man of Medan, so no doubt you discovered that the legend had a glimmer of truth to it.
Ooh.
Now, I wanted to show you this. Don't be put off by the title. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Anyway, the story of Little Hope will take you to a place that has a dark history.
Okay.
A place that, like many such towns in 1692, was gripped by the fear of witchcraft.
Oh.
It was a place where neighbor denounced
Wait
neighbor.
a second. Not too many games deal with a lot of the theories of witchcraft, what happened with the Salem witch trials. If it's going from that history, this is going to be a fantastic game because there's a lot of historicity in a lot of games. Just look at Tomb Raider, for example. You have Lara Croft, you have the ancient cities of Paititi, you have all of that, but you don't really have a lot of games dealing with quite possibly what could be the Salem witch trials. So let's continue.
And it was a place where self-styled witch-finders dispensed the cruelest of punishments. So much death. The true question, of course, was whether the accused really did consort with evil, or was there a dark presence manipulating those who accused them?
Together, by God's grace, Little Hope will prevail.
Or perhaps it was something else entirely.
That looks like the... Come on, that looks like the Blair Witch. Come on.
I dare say we'll find out.
And find out you must if you want to stay alive and keep those around you safe.
What is that?
One thing you will certainly discover is that all that suffering, all that malice, leaves a profound effect. It creates repercussions. There are always repercussions.
Okay, can I just say, I love the way that the character is speaking to us and telling us about the game. I love that. I wish more games would do that. So this is a sequel to Man of Medan. I knew the characters. I recognized that narrator's voice. I knew I recognized this from somewhere. So Dark Pictures Anthologies Man of Medan was the first game that came out. This is the second one for Little Hope. I absolutely love I just love. I love this so much. It's going to be coming out this year. It's going to be on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Anything that has to do with witchcraft, I'm all for. The fact that they used the Blair Witch logo. I don't think they used the Blair Witch logo on purpose. It just looks really similar to the Blair Witch logo. You can kind of see the similarities in the trailer. But the thing is that with this game, I have not played Man of Medan. I have not, I've seen the trailer. I have not really, dived into it at all. I've seen other people play it. I believe Jacksepticeye had played the game. Let's dive into our next topic, which is a little bit of The Last of Us 2 news. Where literally the open header for the article that I got was Troy Baker says players need to be open-minded while playing through The Last of Us Part 2. Now, it states here in the article that sadly, because of our current situation with COVID-19, we're going to have to wait even longer to experience what Naughty Dog has in store for players in The Last of Us Part 2. But whenever the game does get released on PS4, Troy Baker, who is the voice behind Joel, says that players who approach its story with an open mind will have a different or better experience. Goes into saying, while speaking with fandom, the voice actor behind Last of Us Part 2, co-lead protagonist, encouraged fans to play the game with an open mind and allow the game to tell Joel and Ellie's story in their way. Now, the voice actor behind Joel had this to say whenever he was speaking to fandom. He stated here, and I quote, "I want people to go in open-minded to the story and allow Joel and Ellie to tell their story, not the story that people think that they want to be told," said Baker while speaking with fandom. "If people go in open-minded to this thing, I think they will have a completely different experience than if they go in closed-minded," which is true with any game if you really think about it. If you go into a story thinking one thing, you'll have a preconceived notion, and then the game might honestly be ruined. Because of that one preconceived notion, you might have one entirely different thought going into a universe that might have a completely different story to tell altogether. Except we're going to go into some PS4 news. I know there's going to be so much PS4 news in this episode today. First, we're starting with The Last of Us 2, and now we're going to go into the Ghost of Tsushima. Who is she? PS4 exclusive Ghost of Tsushima won't have waypoints to tell you where to go. 'Cause I'm free walking. Yeah. No, but seriously, Sucker Punch wants you to drink in the PlayStation 4 exclusive sceneries, so doing away with irritating waypoints, hoping that you'll explore its open world naturally. The tip comes courtesy from the official PlayStation Magazine preview, which it claims that the Seattle-based developer wants you to use landmarks and your knowledge of the world to navigate. So the article continues in saying that Sucker Punch is no stranger to creating open worlds, but the fairly minimalist nature of environments is a bit of a departure for the developer. Time in the story will pass as you explore, with titles telling you how much time it's been since the invasion began, which I think is a pretty cool thing to add into a game, if you ask me. And it states here, you'll naturally happen upon enemies as you explore, and you'll have the choice to attack them head on or stealthy. Oh wait, that's actually something that was also in The Evil Within, the first game. Not 2. You could still do it in 2, but I think it was a little better designed in the first Evil Within. And you also have sticky bombs and fire arrows to help you in aiding in killing off the said enemies, which, if you think about it, sticky bombs kind of sounds like a dessert, if you ask me. Hello, who wants a sticky bomb? So next up is news that I'm so excited to talk about. Ow, I just hit my leg. Ow, that actually really hurt. I need a sip of coffee to heal my woes. Capcom is back at it again with the remakes, and this time they are remaking Resident Evil 4. I'm so excited right now. You have no idea. Like, okay, they didn't really need to touch this game, but I'm kind of glad they are. Okay, this game, I played on the Wii. Resident Evil 4, I didn't play it on the GameCube or any other console. I played it on the Wii for the first time, and oh my god, one of my favorite Resident Evil titles ever. Not just because, Leon, dreamy Leon, but because of the pure fact that this game, you could play as Ada after you finish the main campaign. You could play as Ashley during the middle of the game. There's so many opportunities. There's so much room for activities. It states here in the article that I obtained that Capcom has greenlit a Resident Evil 4 remake. Ah! Sorry, I got a little bit too excited there. I gotta calm my tits for a second, okay? Following its reimaginings of Resident Evil 2 and 3, multiple developmental sources have told VGC that Resident Evil 4 Remake has now entered full production with an estimated release window of 2022. Now it continues on saying that the development is being led by Osaka-based M2, the new studio founded by former Platinum Games head Tatsuo Minami, which has been preparing for the project since 2018. Think about this. The project for Resident Evil 4 Remake has been in the works since 2018. That's gotta say something. So for all of the people whining and complaining and being little hooers, it's not your choice right now what gets remade, because probably for the next 5 years there are going to be already pre-scheduled remakes in the works. And yes, for all intents and purposes, Code Veronica X might be one of them, because who wouldn't remake Code Veronica? Seriously. So just keep in mind the fact that this has been going on for a while. This isn't just like, oh, let's decide to do a remake of Resident Evil 4 because Resident Evil 3 and 2 did so well. No, it's pre-planned, everything is scheduled, and it's really the way it's supposed to be. Everything is designed so that it releases on time for each quarter, unless you have like a really big developmental issue where you've had so many delays in 1 year. I'm telling you, this year was the year of the delays. But unless you have something like that, it is pre-scheduled and pre-planned. That way everything goes out smoothly. Did you guys see Resident Evil 3 remake get a delay? No, you didn't. Now, it continues in the article by stating that it's understood that the remake has the blessing of the original game director Shinji Mikami, who officially declined an approach to lead the project himself, but has provided informal advice on its direction. I mean, this game alone, Resident Evil 4, brought in 7.5 million copies. So, I mean, it's probably not going to be a shock to anybody that the remake will do equally as well or better. So, we'll see what happens. I'm really, 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 really excited. I'm really excited to see this remake brought to life, and this time I better get the freaking exclusive edition. You get the deluxe edition. I'm gonna get that Leon figurine. I better get that Leon figurine or I'm gonna sue. I'm not really gonna sue, but in my mind, you know, the wheels are turning, folks. So last on the Casual Nerd news topic list, we have some news about Animal Crossings. I cannot tell you how much I am addicted to that game right now, but that's besides the point. It states here in the article that China to ban online gaming chatting with foreigners outside Great Firewall. Do we find this shocking? No, it's not shocking. So say goodbye to your guildmates in China, folks, as CCP extends its political censorship to the online gaming world. So it states here in the article that Taipei Taiwan News, after blocking a popular Nintendo game, Animal Crossing, the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, is taking the political censorship to the extreme by disconnecting Chinese online gamers from their guildmates outside China. So anybody who's playing in, you know, New York and connected to someone in China, you're most likely not going to see that person anymore who is playing with you from China. Now it states here that on April 10th, China banned the popular social simulation video game in which gamers can create a home and interact with cute animal villagers, owing to Hong Kong pro-democracy activist Joshua Wong revealing a customized scene in which the game reads "Free Hong Kong" and mocks Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Several other players were also found leveraging the game to vent their disconnect with the CCP and making satirical content related to the CCP's failure to tackle the virus. You can see how much I'm smiling right now because I freaking love that. I love the fact that people in China are expressing their disdain. I love that. I love that they were using the platform as a way to have their freedom of speech. But you guys, that's it for today's episode of The Casual Nerd. There was so much that we covered today. There was so much that we went into today. Oh, I love doing these episodes. Like, I just have like an existential side. But if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and double uploads on Friday. But stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I'll see you all in Monday's videos. Yes, there are going to be 2 on Monday where we dive into the first episode of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice and the review of Resident Evil 3 Remake. Peace.
Thank you.